Hello everyone. Today in this session, we shall discuss about the poem Apologies for Living On, written by Meena Kandaswamy. In the last session also, we have discussed about the theme of the poem Aggression, that is also written by Meena Kandaswamy. And we also discussed about what are the themes of Meena Kandaswamy's poems in the last sessions. So today in this session, we shall discuss what actually she is trying to convey in the poem Apologies for Living On. So, as we all know, Meena Kandaswamy celebrated her womanhood by singing women's dreams and herbalizing their bodies through her poems. So, her writings actually arouse consciousness in women's mind, and her poems helped other writers to bring out their poems in a socio cultural milieu as it expedites their shift from a marginal position to a central one. So through her writing she tried her level best to rise some kind of awareness, some kind of consciousness in the women's mind. Okay, so in her dreams also, she has a new woman, and according to her, new woman is not the suffering wife, weeping widow, or the sacrificing mother, or the caring sister. Okay, she presents a different kind of woman that we can see later here in this poem itself. Okay, so no other feminist poets in India could achieve the absolute rebellious dimensions like Meena Kandaswamy, because she became the mouthpiece for exposing the right of every woman to protest and revolt against all those patriarchal forces in society which conspire to obstruct the development of their personality. So this Meena Kandaswamy doesn't have any hesitation to fight against this exploitation. And even we also come to know that she has not get back when she faced rebellion by the patriarchal system. Okay, so she raised consciousness in the women's mind and inspired them, motivated them to protest and revolt against the patriarchal forces which actually are responsible for the suppression of women's dreams. Okay, so here this poem particularly, Apologies for Living On, is one of the best poems of Meena Kandaswamy. This poem reflects the helplessness of women who want to be free like a bird but remain prevaricated to restrictions. So, this Apologies for Living On poem reflects the helplessness of women actually. So, in this poem, so we can see when we read the poem, we can see that there is a firm and ferocious search for I. Okay, that means search for identity by by whom? By a female persona with various assertions with a poignant note of misery. So miserably she searches for the herself, I. Okay, so uh, we all know that discrimination is based on caste and gender has been outlawed in India, but still it exists in the community to certain extent. Okay, so as Meena Kandaswamy understood it well, she begins the poem by saying that she is living on because providing apologies is easy. So Kandaswamy imagines the women to be okay, ನಾನು ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅವಳ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ವಿಮೆನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಓಕೆ she has the dream about women, not the sacrificing mother. Okay, but she imagines the women to be argumentative, persistent, rebellious, fearless, and ready to face all sorts of troubles. So, in the poem, she asserts that in spite of restrictions and exploitations, she lives. In spite of restrictions and exploitation, she lives. She wishes to make choices like to be free from all the social restraints, and she searches for the safe ways to get that freedom. But, okay, unfortunately, she feels helpless. So, in the poem, the speaker actually, okay, she wishes to make choices like to be free from all these social restraints. Okay, but and for that she searches, okay, for the opportunities searches for the safe ways to get that freedom. But okay, she feels helpless because she could not get that ways, so that she feels helpless. And here, okay, Meena Kandaswami's poetry is the poetry of protest because she's against the emotional, familial, and physical duties in which name women in India have always been subjected. Okay, so Meena Kandaswamy, through her poetry, as she has well understood about okay, the strategies, that the techniques that the patriarchal society uses to subjugate women, okay, and pushing her into the second sex position, okay, she actually protests this techniques, this strategies that the patriarchal society uses, and she protests through writing poetry. And here, okay, she draws the tormented picture of that Indian marginalized women through the lines like, okay, I was a helpless girl against the brutal world of bottom patting and breast pinching. I was craving for security. See these lines. Just see the lines. Okay. So nowadays everyone says that women is free. She's in every field. Okay. Now she is not under the not under any kind of exploitation. Okay, not under the any kind of harassment. And there is no patriarchal society, there is no male dominated society. She can do whatever she wishes. But see here, so still the patriarchal society has continued its domination, but it has just changed its strategies, it has just changed its techniques of exploitation. Okay, so see just these lines. I was a helpless girl against the brutal world of bottom patting and breast pinching. I was craving for security. So, women, the girl is not getting any security in this society where the society says that you are free, you can move, you can do anything. But here, this is a brutal world which, on the one side, encourages women to be free, and on the another side, it hinders her freedom by harassing her. Okay, so through these lines she's expressing that content. And she says that in this society, if women wants to be free and choose her own world, she could be secured there. Okay, so if the women okay wishes to be free, and she to be free, okay, she if she chooses her own world, she has to feel secure, safe, comfortable there. But is it true? Is definitely she feels secure there? No. Okay, the poet here, I mean the speaker of the poem here, says that she is helpless girl where she has to face the physical and mental harassment. Even she thinks that, even she wishes that she wants to be free and chooses her own world, she could not feel secure there because she has to face the physical and mental harassment in that male dominated society. This brutal male dominated world does not make girl feel secure. So this is one strategy that male dominated society uses. So we can see the brutality, the cruelty of the male dominated society, which treats the women, which makes the women feel insecure, okay, which harasses her and makes her feel insecure. So here the poet is expecting to be secure and free as she enjoyed freedom and felt safe in the womb. So here, okay, the speaker actually expecting what kind of security, what kind of freedom, okay, she is expecting a very warm feeling that she has felt when she was in the womb of her mother. ಓಕೆ, ತಾಯಿ ಗರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ ಬೆಚ್ಚಗಿನ ವಾತಾವರಣ, ಬೆಚ್ಚಗಿನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಏನನ್ನು ಸಿಂಬಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗನ್ನು, ಸೇಫ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗನ್ನು ಓಕೆ ಸಿಂಬಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ okay, she's expecting that women, that girl is expecting the freedom and the okay that warmness of okay that she has felt in the womb of her mother. Okay, she's expecting that. But here, okay, in this male dominated society, she could not, okay, get that kind of feeling here. However, the girl here is locked in fear, and she's not brave enough to come out of this lock and fulfill her dreams. Okay, what the society makes, on the one hand says you are free and encourages her, but on the other hand it locks her with that harassment, locks her with different strategies. So here the girl is locked in fear. Okay, ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ harass ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So it is safe for me to be within the house. She feels, okay, so ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾಳೆ. ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದರೆ she could not feel secure, safe. So that she has fear in her and she is locked herself in that fear. ತನ್ನನ್ನು ತಾನು ಆ ಭಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂಧಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಡ್ತಾಳೆ. And she is not brave enough to come out of that lock and fulfill her dreams. ತನ್ನ ಕನಸುಗಳನ್ನ ಈಡೇರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ, ನನಸಾಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಆಚೆ ಬರುವಷ್ಟು ಧೈರ್ಯ ಅವಳಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಭಯದ ಬೀಗನ ಒಡೆದು ಆಚೆ ಬರೋ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಅವಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮೇನಕಂದ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. And the speaker says that she does not even dream or think the new things, but just remembers the past. And when she is locked in fear, she lost her willingness to dream for new things. She is just remembering the past. Okay, but here we can see the sarcasm in the voices of the past. ಅವಳು ಆ ಭಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿಯಾಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವಳು ಈಗ ಕನಸು ಕಾಣೋದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹೊಸದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕನಸು ಕಾಣ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹಳೆದನ್ನು ನೆನಪಿಸ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಆದರೆ ಹಳೆದೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗಿದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಸರ್ಕಾಸಮ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಆ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ನ ವಾಯ್ಸಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅರೌಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವಿಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಸಫರಿಂಗ್ ವಿಮೆನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್, and there is a need to come out of that past which is dark. So by saying these lines here, the poet is trying to, okay, arouse conscious in the women's mind. So about okay, how in the past women were under the exploitation. And okay, if we want to feel free and do something and identify ourselves, okay, the women has to come out of that past which is dark. So there is no, okay, she has to come out of the past which is dark. But okay, dark in the sense here, darkness symbolizes the bad experiences and the fear that the woman has felt in the past. Okay, but there is no inspiration, no one to support her to come out of that fear, to come out of the darkness. She has to fight alone with courage to come out of that past experience, that darkness of the past. And she says that when she remembers the past, she could only get the darkness. Okay, so when she remembers the past, she can only remember the darkness. And she could find there only the solitude and the kindness and the affection of million stars. So what she can find here, there only the solitude, loneliness, the kindness and affection of million stars. So she exists amidst this, and there is no light, only darkness, and nothing pulled her out from the clutches of the darkness. So okay, she was very alone. Okay, she was very alone, and even she sits amidst the okay, million stars, affection of million stars. She could not come out of it. She exists amidst this darkness where there is no light and there is only darkness, and no one, nothing is there to pull her out from that clutches of the darkness. Okay, so darkness clutches ಇಂದ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಅವಳನ್ನ ಆಚೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. Even the sweet memories of love that she had once also not made her feel happy. So in the past she has few happy moments that she can remember, only few happy memories, sweet memories. So that is love, her love with her husband. She now, that sweet memories also not making her feel happy. and she ran and ran to get that freedom and have dream of brightness, but the terror made her stop. So she wants to come out of the darkness, so that to come out of the darkness, to get that freedom, she ran and ran and have dream of brightness. She wanted to have the dream of brightness. But what made her stop? The terror made her stop. Okay, so it is the outer world. Okay, how unsafe that the woman feels here, and she fears to move on. And even the moon seems to be representing the male dominated society that always looks at women greedily, lustfully, and make her the victim. So she comes out and sees the moon, and moon also okay, seems to be representing this male dominated society, and looking at her very greedily, lustfully, and okay, make her the victim. So, amidst this cruel and exploitative world, Meenakanda Swami wishes for the new women who could have the voice to resist this exploitation. And she has to give voice to your voiceless women in the society. So, okay, her purpose is just to give voice to the voiceless women in the society, so that she wishes for the new women who could have the voice to resist. So through this poem, she is giving voice to the voiceless women in the society, and makes that women to have a dream of her own, and have the voice to resist all these exploitation, subjugation, suppression, and everything. So she tries to give voice to the voiceless women through this poem. So this is what that she discusses in this, particularly in this poem. Okay, I think you have well understood. Thank you very much.